800 likes when you feel like it. Remember the man whom I called to have some of the best paranormal evidence I have ever seen? The guy with the large deck. That one man who I praised so much you almost thought I am into men. The guy who I called Zach, but his real name is Zark. The guy who has a family and didn't disappear like your father. Anyways, he is here today. And what is he doing here again? Cleaning the toilets. What do you think? He is here to provide us with some healthy, juicy meat. And I'm not talking about his wife, I meant the paranormal videos. So what's new today with this Zark Snyder guy? We get to see a different side of Zuzu today, a side that is romantic, yet rough. A side that is brave, yet a bit cowardly. A side that is wise, yet a bit stupid. So we start with the security camera, where it seems to be a white floating thingy hanging around the house. And from there, we go straight to bed, just like how these plus 18 videos are made. There has to be a sloppy, unnecessary setup that turns you off before it gets to the action. But don't go far, cause the bed part is the setup here. Zark tricked me for a second when he was checking on his wife very kindly, before he goes on investigating the darkness that is lurking outside the bedroom. But then he called her the poop word, because YouTube doesn't allow me to say the word at the start. When he called her that, I knew Zark couldn't be trusted. He went outside to see what was the matter with these noises, but all he found was the entry door open. I mean, that must be some polite thief who didn't steal anything, but just forgot the door opened. But then we hear what sounded like a little annoying child running across the house with the heavy footsteps. Later on, things get more messy when the cabinets are open, the bicycle falls, and some idiot starts ringing the door after midnight. And here is the plot twist. Zark's son, who I think is 6 years old, he has to take care of his mom according to the father. Dude can't even pee alone. Baby, are you awake? Baby. Please stay outside, please.
just scared me.
अच्छा रुको, मैं भी हूँ.
नहीं, तुम बच्चे के साथ रहो, नहीं तो वो डरेगा.
Daddy, can I go?
No, Mama. You take care of Mommy. Daddy will come soon. पूरा सामान गिरा हुआ इधर. या इधर भी पूरा कवर गिरा हुआ है. Okay, so last night something creepy happened. Before I show you the video, I just wanted to show you this. Okay, so these are the motion controlled lights. I don't know what exactly it's called, maybe motion sensor lights or something. Now what actually happened is someone or something was at our main door last night. So I don't know whether you guys call it as a ghost, demon or poltergeist. I don't know what it is, but it was really annoying. So have a look at the video, guys. You decide. It's not the security. Just be with Munno, okay?
Okay.
It's 140. Who is it? Who is it? Okay.
I have to mention that Zark assumes that the maid they let go could have had something to do with this. Maybe she has done some black magic on them. Also, you only freaked out when you saw the closet door open. Seriously. I understand when Americans buy a pet to fill the gap a son makes in the relationship between the father and the mother. And I don't know what gap are we talking about here. Because the only gap is when you have a son, since he will keep costing money till he graduates. Back to the main topic, in America, a lot of people seem to buy a pet to replace a human partner, or to replace a son. And where did I get this information from? I have no idea. I just remember hearing something like that some time ago, and it has stuck in my anus ever since. But here's a couple who replace a son with baby dolls. And of course, we are talking about haunted baby dolls because we are talking about grown people here. So while two of these dolls were sitting on a chair, kindly making it move, the man goes and grabs a large board and waves it at these dolls. Like, what in the world do you think you're doing? Are you trying to scare the demon who's possessing them? It's not a dog, you know. And then the first paranormal move happens in front of him and he is already in the other room. And how about some door opening? What's that? You have seen it before. 123,255 times before. That's not a lot. And in the end, it seems like some idiot broke into their house from the ceiling and crashed down because some dust started falling. If you know the source of the problem, or at least you know part of it, and you still do nothing about it, then you're the problem. You're keeping these two dolls there as if they were some rare treasure you have found. A guy was playing on his computer in the room with his kids. And the room was so messy, the wife was nowhere to be found. There was a doll hidden between the pillows. And I haven't shaved my ass yet, so it's still hairy. So why all this information? Because I want to remind you to shave on a regular basis. And so you know what kind of environment we are dealing with here. So what happened? While the father wasn't paying attention to his kids because the girl in the game had a very hot voice, his kids weren't also paying attention. One was on his iPad, while the other was trying to figure out what comes after 3. It was only perfect timing for something paranormal to happen. Remember the doll I just mentioned not so long ago? It was such a good time. I still remember how I felt back then. It really feels like it's been only seconds ago. Anyways, that some piece of garbage moved its head. I'm surprised that kid didn't really freak out when he saw the doll moving its head. Even the doll didn't care that the kid was looking at it. Both of them were okay with it. How toxic. If I was the kid and saw that, I would have peed instantly on myself and kept going till I pour my father. I have so much in the tank. The next video is from an American guy who is dealing with his haunted house during winter with the fan turned on in the middle of the night. How weird. So you're not cold but not sweaty. Ronald McDonald, a very American name with his American redneck style beard and his American undershirt. He is very American, in fact you can smell his sweat. At least I did. Ronald has a channel on YouTube called Ronald With Me. So, is Ronald actually a person he kidnapped and it's a hidden message? Or does he mean we are supposed to be with him on his journey? Find out in the next episode, because in today's episode we get to discover how deep it goes and how scary things could go if you investigate it on a closer range. It also seems like I'm talking about someone's wife in bed. It all started when Ronald was somewhere outside the house when he got a bunch of notifications. He thought it was his wife, so he didn't want to answer, but when he finally checked his phone, he was shocked to know that he isn't even married yet. So it was actually from the security camera telling him, "Hey you idiot, there is someone or something throwing objects around. Come and investigate before it's too late. Also, don't forget to bring bread. You're running empty on bread." That's what the security camera app told him. The other night he was on his phone, and after trying for hours to reject modernity and embrace masculinity, he lost the battle against himself and accepted modernity. And before he found the right video, a knife crossing 300 miles per hour was thrown very close to him. That's what I call a caring demon. He is being possessed by a Sigma demon. See that knife accident? He brought it up so many times I almost had a headache. During the investigation, the coffee maker made coffee, which means it moved. The spices rack moved too. The door handle was handling the situation, and I know everyone in America is drunk, but didn't expect the teddy bear to be too.
When I woke up in the morning, I noticed there was numerous notifications on my phone from the Nest security camera, and most of them were coming from the living room. So I decided to check the footage to see what it was, and here's what I found. Alright. That fucking thing just moved again. That just fucking moved. Are you moving? Are you moving my spices and the knives? Are you moving both of those right now? If you're moving them, can you move them again, please? Move the knives, move the spices, do something to let me know that you're here. Anything? Move a knife. Can you move the knives? Oh shit. Holy f***. All right. Did you just move that spice rack? Did you just move the spice rack? Do something to show me. Flicker lights or something. Fuck. Okay. That shit is moving again. Holy f***. All right. Are you moving the spice rack again? Can you show me some kind of sign by moving those items that you are moving it right now, aren't you? You are moving it. Did you just move the spice rack? Is that yes? Can you move it again, please? Please move the spice rack again. Can you move it, please? Oh shit, you're moving. Are you moving the Keurig? Are you moving the coffee maker? All right, there are things moving behind me right now. Are you moving the items in my kitchen? It said yeah. I don't want knives flying in the house. Oh shit. Are you moving the coffee maker? Oh shit. Okay, I'm ending this. Okay. I don't know if this is a good thing. I don't even know. Look, the fucking thing's not even on me. I'm so stressed. I can't even turn the fucking camera and aim it to, like, I'm talking to the camera and I got it facing the other way. Okay. Okay, there's a fucking bag on the... What the fuck? Now, what the fuck was that? I just heard the fucking door. Alright, the fucking door just opened. The garage door. What the fuck? Shit. If you're there, turn the doorknob. Show me a sign. Make the lights flicker. Anything. Oh, fuck. Holy shit. The fucking door. Look, look, look. It's fucking moving. Are you moving the doorknob? I take that as a yes. Do I have your permission to open the door? I would like to know why you're haunting my house. Were you moving the knives in the kitchen? What the fuck? Okay, why is there a fucking... Okay. There is a... What the... How did this get on the stairs? This stuff was getting packed away to Goodwill. Why is it on the stairs?
I almost felt sorry for the guy before I saw his car garage. Then I closed the video, went to the corner and started crying for 20+ minutes. I felt sorry for myself. You have a beautiful house with these cars and you expect no one to haunt you. If I was a ghost, I'm coming after you. The next footage is a very old documentary of a phenomenon that took place somewhere in Melbourne, USA, inside one of the houses. I'm saying a phenomenon that had an entire documentary made about it, so it must be something very unusual and catchy. But remember folks, we are talking about an event that took place back in the 60s in America, so anything unusual back then is worth documenting. Like if I lived there, I would be a celebrity for some of the stupid stuff I have said. So what kind of activity was it? There were two, if I'm not mistaken, but due to the poor quality of the video and the poor quality of the people who were talking during the video, I couldn't really understand much. All I thought of when they were talking is slavery for some reason. But the incredible scary out of this world event was the knocking on the walls. That was it. I know they weren't security cameras back in the 60s, but for God's sake, couldn't you just double check if there is someone behind these walls first? Then you can freak out.
In 1966, a paranormal event was broadcast to the entire city of Melbourne. Over a period of 3 days, newspaper reporters, camera crews and hundreds of amazed onlookers flocked to a weatherboard house in East Oakley as an unexplained knocking circled its walls. I saw it on TV in 1966 as a teenager, but encountered the case more directly in the 1980s while making a documentary called Haunted. One of the witnesses we tracked down, Lloyd Sherlock, was a constable called to the scene on police radio. He stayed an entire night in the house and wrote down everything that happened. The 35-year-old videotape of my interview with him has deteriorated, but what he told me still strikes me as remarkable.
I was taking a name, address and all that sort of thing for the police report. Started on the wall, which seemed to be on the outside. And then from the west side wall, it went to the front door, and then it followed around the house. And after a while it was rapping on the back door, and the back door was... And I recorded all these different positions on the only bit of paper I had, which was a previous message.
So you're sitting in this room 20 years ago, and you hear knocking coming from all over the house,
yes,
different directions,
yes,
within seconds of each other.
Split seconds. One second would be on one corner of a house, and then the next, as fast as light perhaps could travel, on the other side of the house.
So in investigating that, did you come up with any logical explanation?
Nothing. Even after 20-odd years, it still amazes me. The closest was on the back door. It was a flush panel door, and I had my hand on the doorknob, and I could sense and hear this knocking on the outside. Open the door, nothing there.
Did the sound stop?
Yeah, it stopped, as though it was beating me. To me, it seemed as though who or she or what it was knew I was going to open that door.
So this entity, or whatever it was that was knocking on the house, seemed to have some intelligence attached to it.
I reckon it did. The only thing I can put it down is something supernatural, something unexplained.
Newspapers called it the East Oakley poltergeist, but they never discovered what was going on inside the house. While we were filming at the site, a next-door neighbour told us that he had been inside the house when the activity first erupted, before the crowds and police arrived, and he agreed to tell us his story on condition that we didn't reveal his name.
Well, I have seen 2 or 3 lights, only about 8 inches long, similar to a small fluorescent lighting. And I've seen that on about 3 occasions, and on different nights.
Were these lights moving?
Absolutely.
Inside the house?
Inside the house. Taps were always going on and off, mainly staying on all the time. At one stage there, I did get a spanner and tighten them up, and I defied anybody to have turned them on without using a spanner, but they still went on. Seeing the bed being more or less rocked like a rocker, and then at times the kids getting jumped up and down, thumped up and down as if you were pushing the bed up and down all the time.
Is there any way the children could have been doing that themselves?
No, no way in the world, no way in the world.
So did it appear as if some other force was doing it?
Absolutely.
What was the state of the children when this was happening?
Oh, they were in a bad way, a real bad way.
Workmen ripped out the water pipes and the gas meter, checked the foundations to see if they were sinking, examined the wall frames and cladding, and checked everything else they could think of without coming up with an explanation. The family moved out of the house within a week and the phenomena stopped. I just wish one of our association's research teams had been there during the event to set up their scientific equipment, and to also see if any of our members who are sensitive to paranormal activity could pick up any unusual energies in the house. As it stands, 55 years later, the East Oakley poltergeist remains a mystery.
I like how confident that man was during the interview. He was talking as if he was running for the presidency or something. I wish he lived to the present day to see how ridiculous this activity has become in comparison to what we have today. In today's time, any kid with a TikTok account can go viral when his parents aren't home at night. Just call up your friend, record yourself on the mirror, then let your friend do his thing and make the longest turnaround with 10 editing cuts in between, and you got yourself haunted. You can even let your friend dress in black and walk the hallway, and you got yourself a djinn. Or you can subscribe to me and watch the video on your screen, and you get yourself a gym.